Welcome to the latest vlog. Apologies for not getting one out for a couple of months, but for this instalment I'm going to cover a couple of projects that we worked on in October and November. So the first project I want to talk about was for McDonald's and the agency Ready 10. So this particular project was to support McDonald's Thank You Parents campaign. For this project we cast a real life family and we wanted to get really natural and amusing responses from the kids, something quite cute to hear about how they got on with lockdown and why they'd want to thank their parents.
On lockdown, they used to buy us toys and sometimes milkshakes.
What was great is that it was completely unscripted, so we were able to get some quite amusing but totally natural responses from the kids.
What should I write? Maybe you deserve lots of treats.
And you know what they say about working with children, you're never quite sure what you're going to get, and when you're trying to get brand messages, they can be a little bit unpredictable.
Sausage and eggs McMuffins.
And do they really love it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I've never seen them try it before.
So you know it's going to be an interesting project when you get a call on a Saturday morning saying that we need to organise a shoot in a studio with a green screen on the Wednesday. Well, we love a challenge, so we set to it. 3 days later, we're in the green screen studio with a full crew ready to go. The script was finished minutes before the camera was rolling and we still developed it a little bit on the fly. Then into post-production and building a 3D set for our subject to walk through and creating some animations for him to interact with.
But for many of us, that feels out of reach. That's why we created Builderai.
So that was a really quick turnaround project for Builderai. Talking of buildings, tenuous link there, we've been doing a lot of work for some of our property clients. We've had the drone out in a few sites in central London and also in Wales. We've been in some commercial buildings, capturing some interiors. We've also been out and about on the street, capturing some local area footage. This one was a bit of a challenge. As the second lockdown was announced, we had to move our shoot so we could get out and about and still capture a buzzy, vibrant local area film. Thankfully, the weather played ball. We had some lovely sunshine, which gave us some beautiful light in some of the shots. It was a busy day, pounding the streets, getting all the shots on the shot list. We shot throughout the day and into the evening to give a bit more of a nightlife vibe for the video. By the time we wrapped, the whole crew was shattered, but we got all the shots we needed and had racked up a really impressive amount of steps. Another fun project we've worked on was for Mischief PR. Now Mischief have just rebranded and wanted a new sizzle reel to launch their new look. For those of you that don't know, 1st of December is World AIDS Day, and we've been working with BCW and the Elton John AIDS Foundation to create some content. We went and interviewed Anne Aslett, the CEO of the Elton John AIDS Foundation, and also created some social assets to raise awareness about some of the issues. So that's about it for November and October. Next will be December. I promise it won't be late. Let's hope Christmas doesn't get in the way. We've already been working on some fun stuff and have some more interesting bits in the pipeline. So I cannot wait to share those with you at the end of December. That's it from me. I'm going to sign off, say goodbye and remind you to stay safe and do more video.